Definitely looking
Kalith?
forward to the door
Yes.
prizes at the end. But so I encourage you all to stick around for sure. Co-ops are so interesting in the sense that they're so diverse, and co-ops can serve all sorts of issues, whether it's housing or food co-ops as well. I personally don't have much experience with co-ops, or I didn't have much experience about the world of co-ops until I started working for our student union and we started exploring the area of co-op housing, and I got to learn that co-ops are not new. Co-ops have been around for a really long time. The University of Toronto started student housing co-ops during the Depression in the 1930s. However, it's interesting when you look at all the different types of co-ops across the country. The Woodnote, for example, that is based out of the University of Concordia in Montreal, is a brand new project that's a co-op housing project, and then solves the issue of, or aims to solve the issue of the lack of affordable housing. And that's a big issue that students here face in British Columbia. So that was very interesting to me and the work that I do. And there's plenty of examples that we can base these research off of. For example, the Windsor Student Cooperative has 800 resident members. The Neil Wick provides more than 750 post-secondary students in Toronto with housing. And I just wanted to mention briefly what type of work the AMS is looking forward to doing as well. We're looking into the possibility of hosting our very own co-op and help students find more affordable living spaces, especially in today's economy where housing is and the cost of living is incredibly high. And we're going to find out a lot today in today's chat about how cooperatives can help solve these issues that we face together in this university environment, whether you're a student, faculty, staff member, or someone that just engages with the university community on a regular basis.
And if I can just add to that, is there's one co-op in Toronto, the one that Kalith mentioned, the Neil Wick one, that has students from a number of different institutions. So Ryerson, U of T, and George Brown. And so that's another thing we really want to think about is co-ops that aren't just at one institution, and that could involve faculty, staff, and students. And that was another area that I got really interested in, is talking to staff, the people that clean our buildings, that serve us our food, that often can't live even close to the university because of the cost. And so thinking about co-ops in terms of creating more mixed income and democratic communities as well.
And Michelle, if I may add to that, I think it's so important for us to spread the message of co-ops and show people how important co-ops can be. Just to give you a perspective that I had recently, I was telling my friend about this webinar, and when I said, "Oh, it's a webinar on co-ops," he was quick to assume that this was a webinar on co-op jobs. Most students, when you say the word co-ops, they just think of jobs. But even I had a lot to learning that co-ops can impact a big variety of areas. So that's definitely an interesting thing that I'll be looking out to. But in the chat, if you have any experience with co-ops, let us know. I see some people saying that they live in an apartment. If you've interacted with food co-ops or anything else, please feel free to share. It's awesome to hear about your interactions with co-ops for sure.